Hello everyone, Rick from the SimplyHumanLifestyle.com and the Simply Human Podcast here with, I think this is the 9th edition, just riveting really, of Rick Tries a New Food. Today what we have is an eggplant. I have never had an eggplant. Here in about 3 weeks I'll be 35 years old, but I'm not going to make it to 35 without having eaten an eggplant. I was somewhat inspired, someone on the Vinnie Torrich Facebook group posted pictures of they used slices of eggplants fried in coconut flour and used as like basically the base for a pizza. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to put on my protective glove. The reason I'm having to wear this is my wife, who's holding the camera. Say hello, Anna.
Hi.
I have almost lopped off my thumb about half a dozen times in the last 6 months, so she bought me this ridiculous glove so that I do not cut my thumb off again. It's very sweet of her, but it looks somewhat ridiculous. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this eggplant and make kind of thin, like circular slices or what have you, put them in the colander, salt them, and let them sit for just a little bit so let some of the moisture come out. So I've never cut into an eggplant, so here we are. I'm expecting this is to be disgusting. Okay, see, this is surprise number one. I thought the inside of an eggplant was supposed to look like a pumpkin because it sounds kind of hollow, rubbery. I thought it was supposed to be like seeds and stringy stuff. So this is already surprise number one. So I'm going to just make a few slices, and then we're going to, I'll show you very quickly. We'll just throw them in the colander and well, throw the end piece away. And put some salt on them and let them sit for probably about 30 minutes to let some of the moisture drain out. Waited for about 20-30 minutes. What you would do afterwards is you take them, you rinse all the salt off, and then you pat them dry. And what we have here is 3 eggs beaten with a little bit of heavy cream, and this is coconut flour with some spices. I don't know. Threw some oregano in there, some basil, some pepper, yada yada. And a skillet with hot olive oil for frying. And what we're going to do is we're going to bread them. You see a few that are already cooking. Just going to dump it and dip it in the egg, and then take it over here to the coconut flour. It's kind of a mess, but yeah, what are you going to do? And put it in the oil. And you know, obviously you can see 2 eggplants make quite a few of these little, I don't know, half-inch slices. So it's going to take a minute, but when they're done, I'm going to put them on the paper towel to drain, and then we'll go from there. So you have a bunch of little slices of eggplant that are fried nicely in coconut flour in the olive oil. Also, I forgot to mention, turn the oven on to 350 degrees and let that preheat. Now what we're going to do is just do like what everybody knows how to do, is make little tiny pizzas. Put a little bit of marinara on there. Making your own marinara, by the way, is super duper duper easy to do. I don't know anything about the kitchen, but I make my own, and it doesn't have all the seed oils and sugar that canned and jarred marinaras do. But put some salsa sauce in there. Have some Italian meats, some prosciutto, some gabagool, and I can say it that way because I watch all 5 seasons of The Sopranos, so I'm super cool that way. We're just going to put one on each one of these. Kind of vary it up a bit.
Pretty sure there's 6 seasons of The Sopranos.
Well, however many seasons of The Sopranos there are, I've seen all of them, and so I can talk like them because it's super cool. Forget about it. Okay, we're going to put some meat on there, and then I'm going to throw some whole milk mozzarella. This is the only shredded, commercially available whole milk mozzarella cheese that I'm able to find, and it's way easier than shredding your own, although you can do that. Throw some on here on each one of these, and I'm going to throw it in the oven. I'm kind of making my own thing here, so it's at 350. I'm going to ballpark it and say, I don't know, like 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm going to check on it and see when the cheese is kind of toasty and looking like it's supposed to look on a regular old pizza. So this is the finished product. Ended up being about, I think, 14 minutes at 350 to get about like this, but you can kind of play around with it. But here is what it all comes down to. This is a fried piece of eggplant that I've never had in my life, and I'm going to eat this now. It's really hot. Probably shouldn't eat it. That's really good. Very good.
can't bite through the meat, but that's very good. Another pretty good alternative to pizza, and a good way to sneak in a ton of vegetables like this and like cauliflower crust pizza, stuff like that. So there you go. Bon appetit, humans.